Hello and welcome to Sales Tips by Fortreal Real Estate Academy right here in Nigeria. In this particular video, I want to share with you from my experience over the years of doing real estate. And in this video, we want to talk about the 7 types of clients that I have seen, experienced, witnessed, and of course, done business with in my years of selling real estate. And this is one important video that you need to pay attention to the very end so that you can learn a couple of lessons to deal with any type of client that you meet in the course of selling real estate or trying to sell real estate. I have done business with all of these types of clients, and it is from the place of doing business with all of them, losing some of them and earning some of their trust, that I have been able to put together this conversation as well as these types of clients for you to take note of, learn from, and make sure that you maximize the information and knowledge I want to share with you in this particular video. My name is Rei Ltd, and I am the lead facilitator of the Fortreal Real Estate Academy right here in Nigeria. And right here, we teach you the basics of how to sell real estate consistently. And if you're interested in upgrading and going to our paid program, the number to reach out to will be right on your screen. Don't forget to share this video with a friend, invite a friend to watch, subscribe, be a part of this family, because right here, you can start your real estate journey successfully. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into the conversation now. Again, like I said, I have done business with all these types of clients, and that is why I have put them together so that you are aware and you know how to deal with them. I'm going to pay attention to the 7th type of client, which is where I want every realtor watching this particular video to get to. The 7th type of client is the most important client that I desire for every realtor to have, and I'm enjoying myself with this 7th type of client. And of course, you may or you will not be able to cross through to get this 7th type of client without walking through number 1 to number 6. So that is the conversation we need to have today. Now, the first set of clients are those who have been scammed before, who have been duped before, who have some level of pain, fear, frustration from direct previous experiences or experiences from people who are close to them, right? And this kind of client will come with that baggage. Your job is to be sensitive and emotionally intelligent, to pay attention to that pain. And of course, if you're my student listening to me, you will already know the formula that we use to deal with the clients who come with fear, pain, and of course, purpose. All right. So it's important that you listen carefully, pay attention, ask the right questions so that you are able to assure this guy, this client, that this will not happen again, and show facts and statistics as relates to why it will not happen again. The second type of client is the difficult client, or the perceived to be difficult client. And in the actual sense of things, you may be the one perceiving, but that may just be the type of people or the type of person that that particular client is. But then the summary is that the client is difficult or perceived to be difficult. In other words, this client can stress you. This client is asking for what is impossible. This client sometimes may even be talking anyhow or comes with a touch of arrogance. Now your job is to pay attention. Your job is to step back with a bit of humility and make sure that you look through the difficulty and find what this guy wants. Every client needs something. If you find what they want, they reduce their guard to make sure that they achieve it. If you can focus, look beyond the difficulty, look beyond the arrogance, and focus on what this guy needs. If you can meet that need, then the difficulties, the stress, or anything that is blurring the goal will be taken away. And the moment that happens, the moment that is done, then the primary goal of the client becomes the priority. And once that comes into focus, you will achieve the purpose of selling to that client. And the more you do, if you do a second transaction, do a third transaction, definitely you would have earned the trust of that client, and the stress will drastically reduce, irrespective of the fact that difficulty may be in their DNA. The third type of client that I have seen in the real estate sector are those who are too careful, extremely cautious, and hard for them to give you their trust. In fact, for you to earn the trust of this kind of client, you really have to put in the work. The truth about it is that there's no hard-working person, investor, or prospect that wants to lose his or her money, right? However, sometimes these kind of people just would put on more fear, more caution, because they don't want to lose that hard-earned money. For this kind of persons, you need a lot of social proof. You need to put in the work as far as your branding is concerned. You need to make sure that you are projecting the right things that will also be able to help this client to deflate them and make them trust you. If you can't pay attention to the branding, the perception, the projection, then you will not be able to almost ever do business with this kind of client. Now, part of what you must pay attention here is your capacity and the perception of you being the authority. In other words, you must move from just selling to them to showing them that you have capacity to pay attention to the details, capacity to deliver, and of course, capacity to earn their trust in a way that makes them want to do business with you over and over. And again, if you are able to earn the trust of this guy, be rest assured that you have a good mind right in your hand. The fourth type of client are those who are very boastful. This guy calls you, and then in 5 minutes of talking to you, he has told you he has a property in Lagos, he has in Port Harcourt, he has in Finland, he has in almost every other place in the world, and you didn't ask him. That's literally the kind of client that I consider as boastful. And sometimes I have realized that this is a client that has ego or pays attention to his ego, and you do not want to deflate that ego. Make sure that you are nodding, make sure that you are affirming, make sure that you are hailing him, make sure that you are satisfying that ego that is making him tell you that he has property in Lagos, he has bought in Kaduna, he has bought in that place, and he has bought everywhere, right? If you are able to tap into that sense of self-value from the client, if you're able to endorse it, if you are able to affirm it, then you are going to fall in love, or the client is going to fall in love with you. And if you are able to provide your need, now part of the things you must listen to are issues around why he's making investment in those locations. What is he looking to achieve by making investment in those locations, and now possibly in your own city, or now considering you? Is it that, in fact, as a matter of fact, because he has bought properties before, it means that he's supposed to have a realtor? If he has bought a property in Abuja, for example, then it means that he had a realtor in Abuja. The question now is, why is he reaching out to you? And why not his former realtor? Now, those are the underlying issues you must look at beyond the fact that he is boasting about investing in so many other locations. If you are now able to provide what the other persons did not provide, or what the other locations cannot give him, then trust me, you have a good mind again in your hand. The fifth type of client that I've experienced selling real estate, and you will definitely experience at some point, are those that are highly exceptional and excellent or organized. In other words, they have it in their character, and some of the times they live in that kind of environment. For example, a client who lives in the diaspora or lives in the US and works in the bank in the US, or works in a very organized setting where everything is email, everything is organized, everything is a memo and all of that. Now, these kinds of clients expect you to be excellent all through your entire transaction. And if you are not an excellent person, you will have serious issues selling with them. Even after they are done purchasing properties from you, they expect, in fact, there are a lot of things that they expect you to do, because in all of their mind, everything is corporate, everything is professional. How you speak, when you reach out, how you communicate, everything means a lot to them. And you must consider building your exceptional brand, exceptional character, organizational skills, communication skills, for you to be able to properly manage these kinds of clients. And the sixth one are those that I consider to be petty, with respect, without insulting them. It's not who they are, in my opinion, right? But just the kind of attitude that they show sometimes. And by petty, I mean they, because of any tiny, in my opinion, sometimes insignificant issue decide to say they're not buying again. In fact, that kind of client can see something in a video that you did, and because of what they saw in that video that you did, they say they're not buying that property anymore. You can be on an inspection with that kind of client and they see something insignificant that ordinarily doesn't mean anything to the investment, and they see it, and because of that, they are no longer interested. This kind of client, there's little that you can do. And the little you can do is just to make sure that you are truthful to your word. In other words, you try not to lie to them so that you are able to close. If you are too desperate to this kind of client, ultimately you may not like the end. Just try as much as you can to play along with their pettiness. In fact, you may sincerely get angry at some point, but just be patient, allow and accommodate their pettiness, and be, in quote, more mature to understand that you need the money, they need the property, or they need the investment, and look away from the pettiness. If it's one that ticks the box for them, then trust me, they will get it. And as a matter of fact, one thing you must do for this kind of client is that you must always focus on the fact. When they go petty, focus on the fact. When they go petty, remind them of their goal. And with this, you will be able to manage and close these kinds of clients. And now, the seventh type of client, I have now realized that they are not really a type of client, but they are clients with these kinds of characteristics. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They possess this 1 to 6 type of characteristic. In other words, they may be excellent, they may be petty, they may be difficult, they may have been scammed before, they may be boastful, they can possess a bit or all of these elements. But one thing is for sure, if you cross them, if you move them from just being petty or from just being difficult to meeting them at the point of their need and them understanding and of course trusting you at that particular point, they become the kind of clients that I refer to as the dream client. Yes, every realtor needs this type of client. They are the dream client. And for me, they fall into 4 categories. They are rich and stress-free, or they become rich and stress-free. And sometimes they can start with you with 3 million naira property and they don't even have money, right? They struggle to even raise the 3 million, but at some point they become rich and stress-free. They become partners. Chai. I wish I can go into details for this kind of clients, and trust me, these are the kind of clients that will scale your business. If you want to scale, you need to grow to enter the realm of dealing with these 4 types of clients. So they rich and stress-free, they become partners. Insist that you have them as addicted investors or voracious investors. I have clients who every estate will launch, they want to buy. Every estate will launch, they want to invest. They want 3+. I have the ones that go for 10+. I have the ones that say, Raymond, I want to partner with you on this project. Those kind of clients, man, they are life changers. And the 4th type are the trumpet blowers, right? These ones, once they buy from you, they trust you over time, they will blow your trumpet. I have a set of them, they're Reverend Fathers. And of course, you know that Reverend Fathers have money. I have clients who are footballer, secret service, different categories of clients. And these ones, the moment they trust you, they're going to spread your news abroad. They're going to refer clients to you anyhow. And if you keep earning the trust and keep maintaining the trust, they literally can change your life. So that's what I have for you today, 7 types of clients, and it is my prayer that you get to the level where you begin to manage and have a lot of the 7th type of client. And if that's your prayer, say amen in the comment section. Do reach out to us if you're interested in scaling to getting or keying into our paid program. We have different courses that definitely will fit your goal or your career goal for this year 2025 and beyond. My name again is Raymond Ijom, and I am the lead facilitator of the Fortreal Real Estate Academy. I'll see you on the next one or in class. Bye-bye.